We begin tonight with breaking news, quite an extraordinary announcement from the Health Minister, Dr. David Clark. It has just arrived. Waikato DHB Chair resigns. Its headline, Health Minister Dr. David Clark has accepted Waikato District Health Board Chair Bob Simcock's resignation this afternoon. His resignation as Chair and Board member will take effect immediately, the statement says. It was the right decision for him to make under the circumstances, says Dr. Clark. In his statement, the DHB's Deputy Chair, Sally Webb, has agreed to step in as Acting Chair, which I am grateful for. I'm quoting David Clark here, and have confidence she will manage the role to a high standard while I consider long-term options. Of course, we have been looking at this at length on Checkpoint. The expenses of former CEO Nigel Murray over more than $200,000 over 3 years. Quite extraordinary expenditure of public money. We had an interview scheduled with Mr. Simcock tomorrow, but this was cancelled by a PR agency this afternoon. The Health Minister, David Clark, is not available to be interviewed. We're going to keep trying him. But joining us now is elected board member Dave McPherson. Dave, welcome to the program. You have been calling for this resignation and you have been agitating hard on the board for accountability. When did you find out this was happening?
About 5 minutes ago, John, when Checkpoint rang me, so I hadn't heard it before from anyone. Look, it's the right thing to have happened too late, but now I think we've got a chance of starting to move forward.
So you found out from our producer, Bridget Burke, when she phoned you?
That's correct, John, yeah.
Are you surprised by that, given the Minister's statement that the DHB's Deputy Chair, Sally Webb, will be taking over?
I am a little surprised. Having said that, I think Sally is the right person to take over in the short run. I think she's experienced and knows where the rest of the board members are coming from, and there's a better track record of accountability with her board that she's currently chair of in the Bay of Plenty than there has been recently with ours. But having said that, one of the problems we've had is the board not being kept informed of things, so that's not the greatest start.
No, it's not. So you have an acting chair and you've lost your CEO. And this is a this is a DHB under immense pressure because there is a real sense that there isn't enough money to do the clinical work that people at the coalface, for want of a better term, want to do. You need leadership, don't you?
We absolutely need strong leadership, and we need strong advocacy with the government as well, because I don't think we're the only DHB that's facing that sort of cost pressure. One of the problems with the board previously has been that we wouldn't actually put our best foot forward in telling the then previous minister what the problems were with this. I think now we've got a chance of doing that.
Absolutely. If we go back to 2014, the Association of Salaried Medical Specialists warned against hiring Dr. Nigel Murray. The Labour List MP based in Hamilton, Sue Moroney, warned against hiring Dr. Nigel Murray. Annette King, who had previously been a health minister, warned against hiring Dr. Nigel Murray. Have you, and of course at the time, and this is absolutely material in terms of his resignation, Bob Simcock heard those warnings and said, I will keep an eye on him. Now, have you any idea why, despite the advice against hiring him, Dr. Murray was taken on as CEO of the DHB?
I feel that they took on the only person that was available to them, which is definitely not a good enough reason. I wasn't on the board at that time, so I didn't hear the conversations, but it was clearly a decision that wasn't correct. And not just in hindsight, I think they had the reason to know it wasn't correct at the time. I don't believe that all the warnings given to the chair at the time were actually passed on to the then board members, from what I've heard from them. So I think that that's one of the things we've absolutely got to improve. We've got to know what the new chair hears, when they hear it, so that we can all form part of a team making the decision, instead of being put in the back foot and being put in the position of trying to back up someone when we don't know what the heck's going on.
Dave McPherson, thank you so much. So to summarise, you think this is the right decision?
Yeah, absolutely the right decision to resign, for Bob Simcock to resign, and I think the right interim decision for Sally Webb to to take over. I don't think even Sally wants it to go on long term, but I think right now she's someone that knows what's going on the board, and I believe she's got confidence of other board members. She's got my confidence that she can start to help turn things right.
Dave McPherson, who is an elected board member on the Waikato DHB board, just to repeat, Waikato District Health Board Chair Bob Simcock has just resigned, the fallout, of course, of Dr. Nigel Murray's expenditure.